Walk into any modern home and you'll find hundreds of items Amish families will never allow across their threshold. While we fill our houses with conveniences, entertainment, and decorations, they maintain strict boundaries against 20 surprising objects. These prohibitions reveal a worldview where spiritual protection matters more than physical comfort. Electricity from the grid. Connection to the outside world through the electrical grid represents fundamental prohibition in strictest communities, rejecting all grid electricity. Dependence on English systems compromises self-sufficiency and independence that define their separation from modern society. Modern convenience is rejected because ease corrupts character and creates dependence on systems they cannot control. Alternative power sources include solar panels in progressive communities, generators for limited barn use, or complete rejection using only human and animal power. Why this matters most connects to electricity, enabling all other modern conveniences they reject, making it foundation prohibition, preventing technology creep. Television sets. Worldly entertainment through television brings immoral content, violence, and corrupt values directly into family living spaces. Immoral content exposure includes sexual content, profanity, violence, and worldly attitudes contradicting their teachings about proper behavior. Time waste concern recognizes hours spent watching television as stolen from productive work, family interaction, and spiritual development. Alternative entertainment includes reading aloud as families, conversation about faith and daily life, and communal singing rather than passive entertainment. Protecting children's minds from corrupt influences motivates absolute prohibition without exceptions, even for educational programming. Computers and internet. Information without filters provides access to the entire world's knowledge and corruption, with no way to control what family members encounter. Connection to the corrupt world through the internet brings pornography, worldly ideas, and communication with outsiders into previously protected domestic space. Youth corruption risk proves greatest, with young people accessing information and relationships that undermine faith and community commitment. Alternative communication includes letters maintaining relationships across distances, face-to-face conversation within the community, and accepting limits on information access. Knowledge control importance reflects understanding that not all information benefits spiritual life or family cohesion. Telephones in homes. Interrupting family time through ringing phones disrupts meals, prayers, and family interaction with intrusions from the outside world. Emergency use only remains acceptable with community phone shanties located outside homes for necessary calls. Community phone shanties provide shared access while keeping phones from invading domestic privacy and family time. Alternative communication uses shared phones for business necessity, accepting delayed communication as normal and prioritizing face-to-face conversation. Maintaining separation from constant connectivity preserves family focus and prevents outside intrusion into protected home space. Radio receivers. Worldly music and news from radio broadcasts bring secular culture and modern values into homes through seemingly innocent devices. Constant noise disrupting silence fills homes with distraction, preventing contemplation, prayer, and meaningful family conversation. Modern culture infiltration happens gradually through radio content, normalizing worldly attitudes and undermining traditional values. Alternative information sources include community newspapers, letters from distant relatives, and conversation with traveling members. Peace preservation through silence creates a contemplative domestic atmosphere supporting spiritual life rather than constant stimulation. Photographs on walls. Graven images. Prohibition based on Second Commandment interpretation forbids creating and displaying images of human faces. Vanity through display of family photos represents pride in physical appearance and family accomplishments rather than humility. Pride in appearance gets reinforced through photographs showing how people look rather than who they are spiritually. Alternative memory preservation happens through stories told and retold, relationships maintained through presence, not pictures, and spiritual legacy over visual record. Humility maintenance requires accepting that visual record of lives and families remains unnecessary for faithful living. Mirrors, except small ones. Vanity and self-focus encouraged by large mirrors leads to excessive concern with physical appearance over spiritual condition. Excessive self-viewing possible with wall mirrors creates opportunity for pride that small hand mirrors for basic grooming prevent. Pride in appearance develops when mirrors allow constant checking and adjusting of appearance throughout the day. Alternative self-awareness uses small hand mirrors sufficient for basic grooming without encouraging vanity. Modest self-awareness means checking appearance minimally for cleanliness and propriety without focus on attractiveness. Musical instruments. Entertainment, not worship, defines how they view instrumental music as performance and entertainment rather than spiritual expression. Pride in performance ability with instruments creates competition and individual recognition, contradicting humility values. Worldly Music Association connects instruments with secular music and entertainment they completely reject. Alternative worship music uses a cappella, singing in unison without harmony or instrumentation. Vocal worship only maintains simplicity and prevents musical skill from becoming a source of pride or entertainment. Upholstered furniture. Excessive comfort through padded furniture represents worldly luxury, unnecessary for functional living and potentially weakening. Worldly luxury in furniture suggests pride in possessions and concern with comfort over character development. Pride in possessions shows through decorated, comfortable furniture displaying wealth and taste rather than humble simplicity. Alternative seating uses hard wooden benches and straight chairs, building endurance and preventing comfort seeking. Discipline through discomfort teaches children that ease and comfort are not life's goals or measures of success. Curtains with patterns. Decoration as vanity appears in patterned curtains, drawing attention and expressing personal taste rather than maintaining plainness. Drawing attention through decorative windows contradicts the principle that homes should blend together without individual distinction. Worldly style in curtains follows fashion trends and expresses personality rather than maintaining uniform community standards. Alternative window covering uses plain fabric or no curtains at all in strictest homes. The plainness principle requires rejecting all decorations, including seemingly innocent patterns on functional items. Wall decorations. Personal expression through artwork, posters, or decorative items contradicts humility by displaying individual taste and interests. Worldly art brings secular images and ideas into home through pictures, paintings, or decorative objects. Pride in taste shows through decorating choices, revealing preference for certain styles or subjects. Alternative wall treatment keeps walls completely bare, painted plain colors without any visual interest. Simplicity enforcement through bare walls prevents competition about decorating and maintains focus on people, not possessions. Rubber on buggy wheels. Modern comfort through rubber tires makes travel too easy compared to steel wheels rattling over roads. Technology creep begins with small compromises like rubber tires, leading gradually to greater modernization. Travel made too easy with comfortable rubber wheels allows going farther distances more frequently than appropriate. Alternative wheel material uses steel bands on wooden wheels, maintaining traditional difficulty and discomfort. Maintaining hardship intentionally keeps travel limited and uncomfortable, preventing excessive mobility beyond community. Wedding rings. Jewelry as vanity includes even wedding rings as unnecessary ornament, drawing attention to hands and marital status. Worldly symbols are unnecessary because commitment exists through church ceremony and daily faithfulness, not material objects. Material expression of spiritual commitment cheapens marriage by suggesting symbols necessary for demonstrating love. Alternative commitment demonstration shows through faithful living and keeping vows without requiring a ring as proof. Spiritual, not material marriage means relationships existing through actions and character, not jewelry. Makeup and cosmetics. Artificial beauty through makeup represents vanity and concern, with physical appearance contradicting inner beauty emphasis. Vanity in appearance encouraged by makeup creates focus on looking attractive rather than developing godly character. Hiding true self through cosmetics suggests God's creation is inadequate, requiring artificial improvement. Alternative appearance uses a natural face, showing age and character without artificial enhancement. Inner beauty focus directs attention towards spiritual development and character rather than physical attractiveness. Fashionable clothing. Following worldly trends through fashion represents conformity to outside culture rather than community standards. Pride in appearance through fashionable clothes draws attention to individuals rather than maintaining humble uniformity. Individual expression in clothing contradicts community conformity that maintains equality and prevents competition. Alternative dress uses plain, uniform clothing identical across communities without personal style variation. Community conformity through identical dress prevents pride, competition, and individual distinction. Indoor plumbing, strictest communities. Modern comfort excess in indoor plumbing provides convenience beyond necessity, softening character through ease. Connection to municipal water systems creates dependence on outside infrastructure, compromising self-sufficiency. Convenience as weakness develops when indoor plumbing removes effort required for water access and waste disposal. Alternative sanitation uses outhouses for bathrooms and hand pumps for water, requiring physical labor. Hardship building character through difficult water access and outdoor facilities develops toughness and appreciation. Central heating. Luxury beyond need appears in whole house heating, providing comfort unnecessary for survival and potentially weakening. Dependence on fuel sources for central heating compromises self-sufficiency compared to wood heat from own land. Weakness through comfort develops when easy warmth prevents learning to endure cold temperatures. Alternative heating uses a single wood stove in the main room, leaving bedrooms cold throughout winter. Toughness through cold develops when children grow up sleeping in unheated rooms under heavy quilts. Toys with batteries. Electronic entertainment in battery-powered toys introduces technology dependence and modern entertainment expectations to young children from earliest ages. Modern dependency begins early when children expect batteries providing entertainment rather than using imagination and creativity for play. Noise and distraction from electronic toys disrupts home peace and prevents quiet, contemplative play that develops concentration and inner resources. Alternative toys use handmade wooden toys requiring imagination and creativity rather than batteries, providing pre-programmed entertainment. Simple play with basic toys develops creativity, contentment, and ability to entertain oneself rather than expecting technological entertainment constantly. Why battery toys get rejected connects to them being gateway technology, introducing children to electronic dependency, creating expectations for constant stimulation and entertainment, and undermining traditional play patterns that develop important skills. The progression concern recognizes that battery toys lead to video games, which lead to computers, creating a slippery slope toward full technological immersion. Teaching children satisfaction with simple toys builds character and prevents entitlement mentality expecting the latest gadgets. Modern children's toy collections overflow with electronic devices, requiring constant battery replacement and creating noise pollution, while their children play contentedly with wooden blocks, dolls, and simple wagons. Books from outside. Worldly ideas and secular books introduce concepts and values, contradicting their teachings about proper living and faithful community membership. Unfiltered information from outside sources exposes readers to ideas church leadership hasn't approved, addressed, or provided context for understanding. Questioning tradition results when books present alternative perspectives on religion, history, lifestyle, or social organization that conflict with community teaching. Alternative reading material includes approved religious texts like German Bibles and prayer books, community newspapers sharing local news, and Amish-authored books reinforcing values. Controlled knowledge through limited reading material protects faith by preventing exposure to contradictory ideas without proper guidance. Why outside books pose danger connects to ideas being powerful, forces shaping worldview and values, written words carrying authority that spoken words lack, and reading happening privately without community discussion or correction. The content concerns include evolutionary teaching, contradicting creation beliefs, romantic novels presenting unrealistic relationship expectations, and self help books promoting individualism over community submission. Teaching children about appropriate reading begins early with carefully selected books that reinforce rather than question community values. Modern unlimited access to any published material through libraries and internet contrasts sharply with their careful curation, ensuring all reading material supports rather than undermines faith.